everybody, it is Miss Terrell. Today we are going to be talking about how to annotate a text. So annotating just means taking notes, and we can take notes on nonfiction books that we read, we can take them on articles that we're reading, we could really take notes on anything. And the purpose for taking notes is because good readers make connections while they read. They ask questions while they read. They think about the words that they don't understand, and they make little notes in the margins of their book or in the margins of their article that they're reading, and that helps them read, okay? So we are going to be right here. This is the first time I've done this. We are going to be learning how to annotate the way that a good reader annotates or takes notes, okay? The first thing that we can do while we're reading a text is we can find something new that we have never heard of before, something that shocks us, something that amazes us, okay? And the way that we are going to do that is while we're taking notes, while we're reading, you're going to put a big OMG, and that stands for, oh my goodness. That really surprised me. That is new information that I have never heard of before, okay? Another one that we can do is while you're reading, you might come across something that you absolutely love in the story. And I'm going to take the color red and I'm going to make a heart. While I'm reading, if I find something that I absolutely love, that I have never heard of before, or something new and exciting, but I absolutely love it, maybe it's a quote from a favorite author of yours, you're going to mark it with a heart, and that's going to tell yourself that you really loved that part of your book. Another one that we can do is we can put a question mark in the margins next to something that is confusing us. So maybe the sentence doesn't make sense to you. Maybe it's something that you've never heard of before and something that you need clarified a little bit further. So you're going to put a question mark in the margin next to what you are reading. Something else we can do is if we find something funny in your book, and we're about to be reading one of my favorite books that is super funny, you can put a big LOL. Now, what does LOL stand for? Have you ever heard that? It's what we text to each other when we think something is funny, and it stands for laughing out loud. That means it is hilarious. All right, the next one that we are going to do is when something is important, I'm going to take the color blue, and I'm going to put a big star next to it. So if that is important information, say I'm reading a story about bats, and there are 3 facts about bats that I had never heard of before, but I know it's important, and I know I'm probably going to be tested on it later, then I would put a star next to it in the margins. And the last thing is probably my favorite and the most important one. I'm going to take my green marker, and you are going to circle words that you do not know the meaning of. Because if you are circling words that you do not know the meaning of, that means you can go back and you can use a dictionary to look it up, or you can go back on a Zoom meeting. Hey, Miss Terrell, what does the word pineapple mean? And I'm going to say, well, pineapple is a tropical fruit, silly. But you're going to remember what that word that you didn't know was because you circled it in green in whatever story you were reading. Okay? So that is all about how to annotate notes, taking notes while we are reading a story or reading a nonfiction text, okay? You're going to have a lot of time to practice this week.